Hello, I'm Ruth Lesurge and I lead Ruth Lesurge Partnership Limited. I'm a governance and board effectiveness specialist, and this is a film about the role of the Chief Executive in ensuring that the board adds value in leading the organisation. We look at how the board can support the Chief Executive in their operational role, and in particular in the delivery of the mission. At Positive East, Mark has identified 3 crucial aims for his work. I wanted to explore with him how governance could help and support him to do that. I'd like to start by asking you about your role and the priorities for you as the Chief Executive of Positive East in relation to managing and leading the organisation.
I think at the time there are a number of key priorities for Positive East and in terms of my role, one of which is about making sense of the uncertainty that we have at the moment, trying to make sense of that. It's also, I think, still making sure that the charity is delivering to the best it can, and focusing on what we're doing well, strengthening things like our outcomes and the way we report some of the work that we do in terms of its outcomes and its impacts. And I think the third area is about sustainability and trying to think what is a more sustainable model we can have as an organisation that is perhaps healthy in the longer run. What is a more sustainable model that will help us to be agents of change, not just in terms of individuals' lives, but also in the community.
The priorities for you are the external environment in relation to your mission, sustainability clearly for the long term, and the quality of the work that you do. And if those are your management preoccupations, what is it about governance that fits with that and helps you to deliver on those priorities?
For me, it's around helping us to frame the direction of travel and frame it perhaps through a model of risks, opportunities. I think it's also about trustees thinking about where they can best add value to help us drive forward on the mission, to take issues forward, and also perhaps to be a group of people that can help us see the wood for the trees. How can they better help us understand the world? And you remember, Ruth, you facilitated a session with us not so long ago, and where it was really useful to hear from some of the trustees about about their experiences in the workplace and their experiences of government and the change that we're seeing in government, and actually how that can help us to inform our work.
In this last section, Mark is making a point about how trustees can offer a view of the charity and its position in the external environment. But trustees can also help Chief Executive and staff in many practical ways.
We have a number of trustees who've come from the corporate sector, and when we were setting up our fundraising function, for example, one of our trustees said, "Oh, that looks a bit like sales to me," and helped us set up a model that gave us a real solid structure to develop the fundraising function. Another trustee came in and helped us understand better the balanced scorecard, and shared about from their experience about things like that. So that, yes, those would be so it's the added value that they can bring. It's helping us understand risks and opportunities, and it's using their experiences.
But we know from experience that it takes clear analysis and good processes to achieve this level of contribution from your trustees, and that means spending time on finding and recruiting board members, and then making sure that their induction is more than just a pile of paperwork. Listen to Mark on this subject.
What we do at Positive East is for new trustees, we'll have a day where they visit with the organisation, they hear from the staff directly, not just the the boring old chief executive. They actually hear from the people that are doing the work on the ground. And so they can start to get a feel for it. But that's not the end of it. What we also expect our trustees to do is to come in and spend at least a day over a year in the organisation, so they can really start to have an ongoing understanding.
So, just to summarise, Mark, tell us from your perspective as the senior top manager within the organisation, what it is that helps the board to contribute as fully as it's able.
How I would summarise it is by identifying the trustees and the skill sets you need from them. It's recruiting them, it's supporting them to get a better understanding of the organisation, and then also I think it's to provide them with ongoing space, not just in board meetings, because I think a lot of the time you're getting too involved, you haven't got the time to have the blue sky thinking, the creative spaces, but away days are a good idea for that as well. So it's getting the right people, supporting them to have a better understanding of the organisation, and providing with the appropriate space to be able to give you it and contribute.
Thank you very much indeed, Mark. I hope this film about the Chief Executive's role in governance leadership has stimulated you and your board to think about how you can best make your contributions and add value to the organisation. If you think we might be able to help you, bring us or contact us and let's explore it together. There may be organisational reviews or governance work or board development work that will help you to maximise the effectiveness of your trustees and your board.